5 cents off 7-Eleven, 4 cents obviously off of Coles, but I'll take it down to 224.9. Today I'm heading over to Northlands. Actually, more specifically, the home centre across the road. And so I thought I would pick up some petrol over there, and thanks to a tip to my accountant, he let me know that seniors can sign up for a seniors card, or seniors card holders can sign up for a discount with United Petroleum. So the good thing about that is that there's a Coles and a Coles Express and a United Petroleum next to each other. The Coles Express is usually 4 cents a litre discount, but United Petroleum over in Doncaster East near the Pines is 2 cents cheaper than the Coles Express, but the Coles is cheaper because of the discount voucher. But now with the seniors card discount, the United Petroleum is again cheaper than the Coles Express. But the good thing is, on the way to the Northlands area, there's actually 2 very good United Petroleum petrol stations within about a kilometre, half a kilometre of each other, and they've got one of the cheapest prices in the area, which is $1.77.3, less 4 cents a litre, making it $1.73.3. So pretty good at the end of the day. I need about 30 litres. I could probably drive maybe up to a week. Sometimes you don't know where you're going to drive in a given week, and so I can top up the tank and that'll look after me for a couple of weeks, rather than buying at the peak of the cycle. The BP here is $1.99.9, so that would have been cheaper than the discount with the 7-Eleven, and frankly I think that 7-Eleven has just shot themselves in the foot. Yes, they're limiting the discount to 25 cents, but their prices are usually more expensive, but I lock it in, give me another week. But now, when prices go up, they used to go up 25 to 30 cents a couple of years ago, then they went to 30 to 40 cents when the price hiked. Now they're between 40 and 50 cents. You see, we're down to $1.80, early $1.80s, and they've now gone up to $1 or $2.30, 31, something, 31.9. So 50-cent increases. Nobody's saying anything about these larger increases, and it's just being accepted by the general public and by the price authority. How come prices are now jumping not by 25 to 30 cents, but by double that amount, and not a single word is being said? So anyway, doesn't matter. You just have to do what you can do to keep your costs down, and reducing your petrol usage is a good option. Getting cheap petrol when you're going past the place, as in this would barely be viable, not worth the effort for car costs and petrol costs. Saving of about $7, but cost of petrol alone would be $4, so a $3 saving, not worth it. So incorporate it into another trip, and you just pick it up on the way. So here we go. So there you go. There's a tip for the day. The United for seniors, tip for seniors to save on petrol. United Petroleum now provides a 4 cent a litre discount. It may be limited for a certain time, but I'm not sure if that's the case. Maybe this financial year. But for a period of time, it means you don't have to worry about the shopper docker. It's all discount vouchers with Coles and Woolworths. You can just use the United Petrol and you don't buy anything except for petrol when you buy that. Soccer stadium's going up there. That was because they closed down the soccer stadium over on Balloon Road. It's a bit of a pity it's come closer because there's another soccer stadium up on Reynolds Road, which is only a few kilometres away. By moving it closer, it probably doesn't make much difference, but there's a lot of areas that are lacking facilities, so was it sensible to do that? Who knows? Okay, so we'll just go down to the main road so we can all look at those changes there. Doesn't that look beautiful? That's the North East Link under construction. Cranes everywhere. Do not turn right, so I'll muck that up. Come across Melbourne. The last couple of days have been good. Last little bit of summer. The Ampol or Woolworths is to 29.9 and interesting unleaded plus. It's hard to tell with the United Energy what they're talking about, but the United Energy Plus is the ethanol, 10% ethanol, and unleaded petrol is 229.9, and the unleaded petrol plus, which is probably the ethanol 10%, is 227.9. On my blogs, I actually did a couple of tests using ethanol-based petrol versus normal unleaded petrol, and at 4 cents a litre it worked out the difference was a 3 cents a litre saving, not 4 cents when it was 4 cents difference. And the reason is that you actually lose some power with ethanol petrol, so you don't get as far a distance. So once you take that into account, at 2 cents a litre difference, it's actually costing you more to drive your car using ethanol petrol, 1 cent a litre more. You need 4 cents a litre, or 3 at least, to break even, and 4 cents to make it worthwhile to switch to ethanol. Possibly some issues with older cars and potential damage of tubing and things with ethanol, but my motor mechanic says no issue for my car, and I trust my motor mechanic. Finish, but I suspect 2027 or 29 we'll see that completed. Naturally I'll take a video when it opens, get hit with the toll fees. They will be restricting traffic on Greensborough Road, I think it's called, so that it pushes people back onto the toll road. It's usually there's usually a agreements whereby they're not allowed to, they do agreements to push traffic back onto the toll road, and anything that impacts the toll company's profit margins needs to be compensated for by the government. So they did that with the South East Link. Could have been paid for many times over with the amount of tolls that have been raised. But instead, we as consumers keep paying. That used to be a Ford dealership over there on the corner. I forget the name of it. So it's now new and used cars. I don't even know what they sell over there. Bunch of EV chargers in the bottom level of that building, which is a shopping centre. Some other businesses there, a little shopping centre, but mostly a Woolworths. And they've got underground parking, and the whole row along the back is EV vehicles. Not cheap to top up, about 60 cents it was when I last checked, probably 6 months to a year ago. Hospital there, and also the I forget the name of it, but the Olivia Newton Foundation Hospital there. Oh, and that Ford dealership down there actually used to be located up along here, just as we go over on the left-hand side. Then came other car dealerships, and now as we drive past, I think you'll find that they're all buildings, all apartment blocks. And the little car yards have gone, all the car yards have gone. I think one was a Suzuki. Nice little cars, they were. Not sure of the others, but here we go. Apartments on them. I think I once did a calculation with apartment buying versus renting. The advantage of renting, obviously, is you can move when you want, but you don't have the stability of owning your own apartment. But you also don't have to worry about the body corporate fees and additional charges when they want to update the foyer or some other major renovation that they choose to do on a semi-regular basis. So, but what's amazing to me is that I think renting an apartment is probably about 80% of the cost of actually buying an apartment. So you're pretty, which I think is amazing. Rents for apartments are higher, I think, than what they should be. But capital growth in apartments isn't as good as standalone properties, so maybe that's where there's a compensating factor there. More apartments over. This is the old Olympic Village area for the 1956 Olympics. The Olympic Village was built down there. All of that changes over time. right hand side in those trees is a little heliport for a helicopter to land. Never seen a helicopter land there, but I believe it's still there. Ambulance with its lights on, but no siren. I was told they turned the sirens off to reduce the stress of the patient that they're transporting in some cases. $75.5. So with the 4 cents a litre off, we'll test to see if that works for seniors discount. One of the advantages of getting old, as if there's an advantage at all, but anyway, it's one of the advantages. So that will bring it down to 171.5. The other United Petroleum is just up at the next set of traffic lights on the left hand side. Probably a better one to access, because I could have just come out and probably got into the right hand lane and gone up to Northlands and back. This one, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, there is a set of traffic lights there, so I can go around the block. So let's see now, where will I park? Probably this one here. Ooh, 177.5, I take that back. So it will be 172.5. Next to us is a brand new Bunnings that has moved the Bunnings away from up near Northlands down to here. It looks like a multi-level Bunnings.
Drive safely. Drive safely. That's the new Bunnings there. It's interesting how they're making a multi-story now.
should be able to pop out here at the traffic lights, the new traffic lights. That makes it pretty good to get through. And just to update, one of the purposes for that was one, obviously, to get the cheaper priced petrol, but also to test out the discount that United Petroleum gives to seniors, and that worked perfectly. 4 cents a litre discount. So that certainly, and as I said, I'm not certain if it's just for the financial year or not. Didn't seem to be any conditions, but we'll see in time. But for the moment it's there, so that's another option for people wanting to buy petrol. Hardware house used to be there, so as we all know, that went under. And here we have Northland in front of us. The old Bunnings used to be on the right hand side there. It's just the building surrounded with fences. Who knows what it's going to be. This Shell's 199.9, so that's pretty reasonable. Oops. Little choice of different furniture stores over here. The Good Guys. There used to be a JB Hi-Fi here, but I'm not certain if it's still there anymore. It's moved down to yeah, it's moved down to Bell Street. Anyway, there we go.